Hello and welcome to Everyman Prepping. Before we get into the video, I just want to say a big thank you to all the new subscribers lately. And I get a question sometimes, why is it called Everyman Prepping? Well, everyman means everyone, anyone, the common person. And that's basically who this channel is for. I'm just a common guy that does a lot of research and reading and practicing and getting ready for SHTF, whether it's worldwide or personal. And I wanted to start a channel where I could share my information, my tips, my tricks, all that good stuff with people that like me, just the common Joe out there, the common Jane out there that is trying to do what they can to get ready. So that's why it's called Everyman Prepping. And that being said, if you're watching the video and you like it, please hit that like button. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe, share the video, and comment below. Now let's get on to what I wanted to talk about today, and that is things you can do in this troubling time that we're in to help you stay alive and stay safe. And what I mean by that is being the gray man and situational awareness. If you're a fan of the Southern Prepper One's YouTube channel, if you're not, you should check it out. It's a great channel. He does the boots on the ground. And lately, last month or two, you've been hearing, crime reports are going up. People are getting attacked or threatened at grocery stores and other shopping. So, listen to him, you can see that crime is picking up. So I suggest go check out his channel. I would tell you to tell him that I sent you, but he would have no idea who I was probably. Although I have emailed him a couple times asking him questions because he's very knowledgeable. But check it out, it's great. So I want to talk about is, like I said, the gray man. And what does that mean? Well, that means blending in, fitting in, not staying out. Basically, if you're going shopping and you're dressed like this and everybody else is dressed like that, well, you're going to be causing a problem. You're going to be a target. I know that's an exaggeration, but for the ladies out there, if you got your Louis purse, your Chanel purse, and you got your expensive jewelry on and your fancy clothes, and everybody else at the place you're shopping or going to is in jeans and shorts and a t-shirt, you're going to stand out. You want to kind of blend in. If you're going shopping at Tiffany's or an expensive store and you want to dress like that, you'd fit in there, but you want to fit into the situation you're at. You don't want to be a target. Also, when you're shopping, like at a grocery store, Walmart, Target, and your basket's full, overloading with stuff, and other people are just barely getting a few things in there because that's all they can afford, you're going to stick out as well. Now, you might not be robbed on site. You might not be robbed in the parking lot or on the way there, but there's other things that can happen. I'll get into that in a minute. And I know some of you are thinking right now, well, I carry a defensive tool. I carry everywhere I go, and that's great. Everybody should carry a defensive tool on them if they're legally allowed to within your state or your jurisdiction. The more people that do that, the safer it would be. And, you should do that to defend yourself. But if you're ever called to defend yourself using that, a lot of other things come into play. The fact that you had to use that to defend yourself, the legalities, the trouble, maybe the lawyers involved, all that stuff. So what we're trying to do is avoid that situation, de-escalate and just totally avoid that situation from even happening. That's why we're trying to be the gray man. So like I was saying, even though you're carrying all that and you're ready to go and you're like, come at me, bro, I'm ready. Let's try to avoid that. And let's say, you might not be assaulted or accosted in the parking lot, taking your stuff as you get out there, wherever, but they might follow you, they see how you're dressed, and I point out the ladies, but this goes for men too. If you're in there with, some giant watch, looks like you're wearing a hubcap, your fancy sunglasses, your fancy shoes, it's just not women, it's men too. The thieves, the bad people, they'll pick up on that. And they might not come at you there. They're going to, maybe follow you home. Then they're going to case the house. What are your patterns? When are you going to be gone? When's your spouse or children gone? And they're just going to rob the house. And, God forbid if your children are home when that happens. So that leads me to the tip of when you're driving home from a store or establishment, mix up your routes. Don't always take the same route. And if you think someone's following you and just, think, that car's been behind me a while, well, don't go to your house. Drive past your house, then circle back around, go a few blocks further, see if it still follows you. And if it pulls off, then you turn around and go to your house. It's easy to avoid someone following you by not going directly to your street. You never want to do that. If you get really nervous and you know where a fire station is or a police station, you can just roll in that parking lot and get out there and see if the car drives by. You're in a safe spot and, you can see whether or not they're going to follow you in there. So that's my tip for that. And stay in the gray man. Blend in, basically. Don't stand out. Now, next, we're going to go to eye contact. When you're out and about, you don't want to be staring people down. You don't want to be acting a fool and having a staring contest with someone, because this day and age, that's going to get you in trouble. People think you're going to challenge them. They think you're eyeballing them, all that stuff. 1 or 2 seconds looking at someone, then you want to look away, look straight ahead. You want to look at it. Now, don't get me wrong, you need to do a threat assessment. You need to check out where you're at. Everybody around you need to look at them. What's their demeanor? Do they look like a threat? Are you going to be okay? What are they doing? You want to do that, but you don't want to stare. 1 or 2 seconds, look away, look past them, look through them, take a couple glances over time, but don't stare. That could ask for trouble for that. Next, when we're talking about walking, either in the store, the park, outside, exercising, whatever. When you're walking around, you need to walk with confidence. Your head's up, your shoulders are back. You're not looking like a target. You're looking like someone that doesn't want to be messed with. You're not, you don't have your arms up. You're not all pumped going around like this, but you're just walking with confidence. Head up, eyes forward, scanning around. You're looking like someone that no one wants to bother with at the time. As you're doing, your head's not in your phone. You don't want to look like this guy over here, and your head's down in the phone, hands in the pocket. You're gonna look like you're weak in a target. If your hands are in your pocket, how are you getting up to protect yourself? Think about it that way. Also, as you're walking around, your head's up and everything, and you're going to a building, you're looking around corners. If you ever see a law enforcement or someone else trained from the military, when they go in, as they're walking, you're going to see them look around corners, even if they're just going down the hallway, because they want to know what's there. So take that advice and do what they do. Also, when you're going to a building, find those exits. How are you getting out of there? Always think, how am I getting out of this place? If I have to get out, where are the exits? Same with the restaurant. Don't sit in the suicide seat. And what do I mean by that? Don't sit with the seat facing the entrance where you can't see who's coming in. Choose the seat that has the back to the wall, the back to the kitchen, so you can see where the most likely avenue of approach or enemy is. That's usually the front. So keep that in mind as well. Next suggestion I have is don't flaunt money. Don't look like you have a ton of money. If you're going to pay something with cash and you carry a money clip and you pull out this fat wad of money, obviously that's a signal to people looking to do you harm or steal it, that you have plenty of money. Stage a couple, $10 or $15, $20 in your pocket, whatever you think it'll cost, 30, 40, stage in your pocket ahead of time, keep it in a wallet. Always, you can pay the credit too, that case, but don't flash cash around. That's a big sign. In restaurants, if you're eating a nice meal and you don't take the leftovers and you just let them sit there and go away, people are going to notice, hey, those people orders, and food's expensive now. Restaurants are expensive, but these people just left their food and walked away. Yeah, that can be a signal also and cause problems as well. Try not to do that. Don't throw money around. Don't be flashy. Like I said, it's part of the gray man. Blend in. Then lastly, what I have is try not to shop at night. It's getting more and more dangerous. Don't go out alone. That's men or women, both. You should try to do all your stuff during the day and not go out at night. It seems to be common sense. We tell our children that. Something that as adults should pay attention to. If you do, go in a buddy team. This could be during the day also. If you're elderly and you feel like you're not as strong or capable, during the day, take a buddy team. It's always, strength in numbers. Military teaches that too. Always go somewhere with a buddy. When you're in basic, you got a buddy. You have a buddy team. You can watch each other's back. You can look around more. There's, like I said earlier, strength in numbers. So if you have to go at night, take a buddy team. Me and my wife, we talked, and she doesn't go grocery store at night, the gas station, any of that. She'll go to a friend's or family's house, but out in general public, no, doesn't happen. Just for safety. There's plenty of time during the day to take care of all that, so it's just something to keep you a little more safe. So that's the last tip I have. So as a quick review, we have be the gray man, blend in, don't stand out by dressing out of ordinary, being flashy with the money, wearing expensive items, do that kind of stuff. Eye contact, keep it 1 or 2 seconds, straight ahead, walk with confidence, head up, arms to your side, don't bury yourself in your phone, and don't be flashy with your money. Don't flash your money around, and buddy up with the buddy team. So hopefully you got something out of this, and until next time, keep your ear to the ground, head on a swivel.